So today we're talking about fried bread pudding and
Icewine.
bread pudding, certainly a New Orleans tradition. Today we're going to be talking about fried bread pudding. It's not as difficult as it sounds. It's actually fairly simple to make. You bake a pan of bread pudding, you cut it into little squares, and you fry it. And then you have fried bread pudding. This particular bread pudding has a lemon flavor to it. It has a hint of lemon and it's dusted with powdered sugar. As soon as it comes out of the oil, the powdered sugar tends to melt on it and gives it a little extra sweetness, and it is just marvelous. Sara has found a great wine to go with our bread pudding today. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
I did. So today we have our Jackson-Triggs Icewine, made from the Vidal grape. And now Icewine is very interesting because they only pick the grapes when they are frozen. They freeze on the vine. So there's very few places on the globe that you can actually make the Icewine, generally Germany, and this one is from Canada. The Icewine is very full-bodied, as you would imagine, as the grapes are frozen on the vine, and then they're pressed while they're frozen. So they yield very little liquid. And so it takes quite a bit of frozen grapes to make the Icewine. Nevertheless, it's delicious and it is strong enough and full-bodied enough to stand up to a fried bread pudding.
Bread pudding is kind of heavy and it's thick. And
once you fry it too, it's going to be very rich and delectable. And so this is going to be big enough to stand up to it. The honey and peach flavors are also going to really bring out the lemon flavor.
Now, you know, bread pudding can just about be any flavor. What flavors would specifically go with this wine other than lemon?
Well, I chose this wine specifically because of the lemon for this occasion. But if we want to do, like, I know Annie
chocolate bread pudding. We do amazing chocolate
has
bread
a great
pudding.
caramel bread
Oh,
pudding, which is my favorite. And I pair that
hers
with
too, Amy's too.
It's the best thing. And for that, I really like the Madeira wine. Now that is, it's a little higher in alcohol. It's fortified wine, but man, the caramel and the nuts, it brings out that nutty flavor and the richness in that caramel.
Another show, another dessert, another time. It works well for parties. It works well for celebrations of any sort because it's more or less a finger food once you cut it and fry it.
I love it. I'm ready. Miss Faye, we're gonna have these at my wedding, my future wedding.
We are gonna have whatever you want, my love, whatever you want.
This is gonna be heaven. All right. And I do love that it's finger food. It's easy.
I know,
you
right?
can walk around, walk and talk. All right.
Speechless.
This is taking me to places. I can taste the fried immediately. I mean, who in New Orleans doesn't love anything fried?
Correct.
Really? Oh
correct.
Especially bread pudding.
But it's got that classic nutty. It's amazing.
I actually think the wine takes my fried bread pudding to another level.
I agree.
I really do. It takes it to,
This is one of the best pairings I've had in a long time. This is perfect.
Yeah, this is kind of sinful, you know what I mean? But it's cool. Take me to church.
Fried bread pudding. This one is lemon. And to make it lemon is very simple. You put a little lemon puree in it, or you can put a little lemon juice in it, freshly squeezed lemon juice, which is what I like to use. Again, deep fry it, peanut oil, canola oil. You don't get that heavy oily taste with it when you do it that way. Out of the fryer, sit for a couple of minutes, dust with a little sugar. Now, for the chocolate bread pudding or any other flavor, I generally will top it with whatever topping I'm going to, like chocolate, I'll do a chocolate glaze, or it's up to you, however you want to top them. Just remember, deep fry only needs to be in there for like 1 or 2 minutes. Take them out, it's done. Fried bread pudding, delicious wine. So we had our friend Kay to stop by, and we wanted to have her try out the fried bread pudding along with the wine as well. We're celebrating for Kay. She's just got a huge promotion. We wanted Kay to come in, try the bread pudding, drink a little wine with us, because how many of you know that's the best part, drinking the wine? I don't know. Especially if you're celebrating, right?
We're celebrating today.
We're going to ask that you will try the bread pudding, try the wine. He's been doing this with everybody that has shown up for your little celebration, and so far everybody's loved it, but you're the guest of honor, so let's do this.
So thank you. That's delicious. I love the flavors together. This is very dense, and then the wine is dense but very sweet. They don't compete with each other. They really complement each other very well.
You think
I like
it's
it.
bold enough to stand
It's
up to that fried
very
bread
bold
pudding?
to stand up to the bread pudding. I love it.
Thank you.
Great
Thank
job,
you.
ladies.
Thank you.
Wonderful. And
Thank you.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And I do love the crispness of the fried bread pudding, and that's another plus to frying the bread pudding. It just takes the bread pudding to another level. It gives it a completely different flavor, believe it or not. No matter what your bread pudding originally tastes like, once you fry it, you take it to a completely different level. But this wine takes that to yet another level. So you can't go wrong with pairing bread pudding with this wine. Tell us the name of the wine again, Sara. And I have a question for you, by the way.
Okay, well, this is the Jackson-Triggs Icewine. It's a Canadian ice wine where they press the frozen berries. It's definitely a more full-bodied. You can see that viscosity right there as I swirl it, and it really enhances that lemon flavor specifically. When you swirl the wine in the glass, it does several things actually. First, when you look at it, you can see how long it takes for the wine to drip down the glass. That's going to give you an idea of the sugar content of the wine, the viscosity of the wine. They call it legs, so it's got great legs. You can tell that it's a more full-bodied, viscous wine. The other thing that it does is it allows you to stick your nose in, and you can drink the wine with all of your senses, with your eyes, with your nose. And so you can really pick up on some of the fruit flavors that maybe you would miss on the front side of the palate. So you can taste the honey, but you can smell the apricot.
I actually can taste those flavors as well. I can taste it when I take the wine in. Now my question for you is there a school for what do you do? Because I mean, I don't know if you went to school or not, but I'm thinking if I'm watching this, I'd want to know if that's something I could do.
Well, gosh, the way I got into it was somebody just told me to taste everything. Taste everything you can get your hands on, and so I did. And I did take some classes with the Wine and Spirits Education and Trust, in which I'm advanced certified through that program. But I'm also a level 2 certified sommelier with the Court of Masters, and I took my exams in New York City.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Well, my education comes from going to the store and buying a bottle of wine and going home to enjoy it. What about you, Kay?
Pretty much mine too, and I'm bad about just picking wines according to how pretty the label is. But I do try to keep up with the things that I like, or do tastings, and if I really like it, try to keep a log on that. So it's a lot of fun just to taste.
What's your favorite dessert, and what? See if Sara might be able to give you an idea of what might
Well, I
work with
think
that.
you always need something to go with that decadent chocolate cake.
Well, with chocolate, the classic pairing is port. You've got to have port with chocolate. They make a ruby port, which is generally your most traditional style port. And then if you like it a little bit, aged in oak for a little bit of a caramel or a vanilla essence, then you want to go with a tawny port. So there's a difference.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
So that's pairing desserts with wines. And Annie Bell does make a chocolate bread pudding that would pair great with a port. Just check it out on our website at anniebells.net. And if you like what you've seen here, like us at the bottom of the page. Thanks. See you next time.